this is Kurt ASMR. I hope you're doing really well today. As you can see, I'm smartly dressed, so it must be time to do my annual fragrance collection review. I just like to dress up a little bit smart for that, so I hope you enjoy this. This is the actual fit. I even got the trousers on. I don't know why, because you can't even see my trousers, but yeah. Anyway, this video is to celebrate my 2-year anniversary. I'm just getting right into the tapping now. Let's just go. My 2-year anniversary on YouTube. So first of all, thank you so much for all your support for the last 2 years. It's amazing. I'm nearly at like 1,500 subscribers, which for a tiny little channel like me is amazing. And my first fragrance video back in April 2022 was my fragrance collection, my first ASMR video, and then my 1-year celebration was my fragrance collection, and you guys seem to really like that. And so yeah, I thought I'd do it again. It's May when I'm filming this. I kind of kept forgetting about my 2-year anniversary, but I thought, yeah, it'd be nice to just belatedly do my entire fragrance collection, and let's see what I've got since then. So this is going to be a long video, so strap yourselves in. So I'm going to take my collection, which they're all sitting over here. I'm going to take them in order that I've had them, so from the oldest to the newest, just because, just for randomness basically. So okay, so this is the first fragrance which I have. This is Kenzo Night, and I've had this for about maybe 5 or 6 years now. A friend of mine bought this for me for I want to say the Christmas for my birthday, because they're quite close together. My birthday's in February, and this is discontinued now. I love generally the Kenzo, as you'll soon see. I love Kenzo fragrances, and this box is a little bit bashed and old, but not as bad as some of the boxes I've got. I like to keep my fragrances in the boxes because I like to go travelling with them when I can, and when I can't decide which fragrance to take, I usually take a lot, and I just find the box gives them a bit of extra protection, and also for storage as well. It keeps them out of the sunlight and yeah, away from the heat and humidity. So I just tend to keep them in the boxes, although some don't actually come with boxes, so yeah, just let those go. So this is the fragrance Kenzo Night, and it's very difficult to see, but I have about that much left. Very difficult to see on camera. It's about about 30% full, and this is a 50ml, and yeah, so it's taken me that long to use this one, maybe because I've been wanting to use it sparingly because it's discontinued, but also just finding the right occasion. I tend to wear this when I'm having like a big day out, like I'm going out with a friend, we're having coffee, we're having lunch, we're walking around the city, we're going to a movie, because it's quite nice and strong and it'll last me all day, but it's still like a light summery fragrance. And the main note in this fragrance is mango, and it has, you know, your fruits, so it's a nice like mango cocktail. It smells like it has a kind of coconut note, although there's not listed. I do have Fragrantica here on my laptop just open, just in case I need it for reference, but yeah, this bottle I've had since about 2018, 2019, so a long time, and I'm not sure if I would buy this again. Yes, if I see it for a good price on eBay, but with discontinued fragrances, it is fun and people do collect like vintage discontinued fragrances, but you have to be careful. It's a bit of a lucky dip whether you're going to get something that's, you know, gone rancid or not been stored properly. And also I saw one of these in the UK and I was tempted, but it was a gift set that came with a Kenzo One Night shower gel, but in the notes it said the shower gel was leaking, and I was like, no thank you, because if anything's going to go off, it's going to be shower gel that's leaking. Whereas at least with fragrances they have the alcohol, which is going to give some preservation, even though over time they will tend to slightly deteriorate. But this one still smells really good. It's 2-year anniversary. What the hell? Let's just do a spray. There we go. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's that really fruity coconut. Let's have a quick look at the notes actually. Oh, it smells so good. Top notes are cardamom, grapefruit and coriander. Middle notes are mango, artemisia, wormwood and geranium. Base notes are tonka bean, vetiver and kayak wood. Yeah, that mango is the dominant one for me. That's so nice. I shouldn't have wasted a spray, but hey, it's my 2-year anniversary, so yeah, like I said, this will last me. I might get rid of this and, you know, like use it all in over this summer, but it might take me another year to use this because I have quite a few other fragrances. Okay, that's Kenzo Homme Night. Next, so again we're going in order of the oldest to newest. This is, like I said, I love Kenzo. This is Low Kenzo Intense. Low Kenzo Intense. And the bottle here has a sort of, it's like water going over some rocks. And this was launched in 2015. And this is actually my partner's favourite fragrance on me. At least it was. I don't know if she's changed her taste since then, but not in me, in my fragrances. But when I first started wearing this, she loved it. I first encountered this fragrance, I think, when I was at Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport, and I was like, I was connecting on to the USA, but I smelled this and it was really deep and aquatic and nice, but I didn't buy it. And then my mom was going on holiday to Spain, I think, and I told her to look out for this because she said she wanted to buy me something, so she got me this from like the duty-free airport in Spain. And I think this was in, again, I want to say this is 2018. So I've had this about 6 years, and the box is very, very bashed. It is discontinued, and I don't know if you can see, but the bottle wants to fall out the bottom here, because I've brought this with me so many times. My partner lives in the USA, and so this bottle has been on my travels many, many times. So it's hanging in there. So let's have a look at the bottle. And I love this fragrance because my partner loves it. Obviously I have a great affection for it, but I really love it. People say it has a kind of Invictus vibe. And I've even heard people describe it as like a Kool-Aid soda vibe. But this is the bottle. So it has this cool bottle. It's like a dark blue bottle, which is like the ocean waves. Okay. And I don't know if you can see, but the liquid there, it's on about here, so this is maybe about 35% full. I love Kenzo. They had a reputation for doing like aquatic, floral, fun, like it's a fun aesthetic, it's Japanese, and it's, sorry, my chair is squeaking. It's just it's a fun aesthetic. So the cap comes off like that. Yeah, and it smells so good. It's got like black basil, sea notes, so it is like a deep, dark, aquatic, quite sweet as well. And yeah, I wore this kind of the beach resort with me and my partner, and she really loved this on me. And again, I've used it quite sparingly, which is why it's lasted so long. And again, this is discontinued. The original low par Kenzo, which was launched in 1999, you can still buy. This is kind of what you'd call like a flanker, like a summer edition, or the intense edition. But it's so sad that it's discontinued, but that's the way it goes. Yeah, very nice. And yeah, I love the bottle design. Would I buy this again? Well, yes, absolutely, I would buy this again, and actually I have. So about 3 years ago, on my birthday, when I was feeling quite sad and sorry for myself, it was like a pandemic birthday, it's like 2021, I decided to treat myself to a backup bottle of this. So I got this, I actually got it from an official, like a chemist website, so it wasn't like eBay. I paid about £70 for it, which, considering the size of the bottle, it probably wouldn't be that much more over the when a fragrance gets discontinued, they mark up the prices, but yes, still in the cellophane. So I do have a backup bottle of 100ml. You can buy a 50ml and a 30ml. So actually, that's what I did. I bought myself a little 30ml, a little baby one. Look, he's just little. He's a little 30ml one. I bought this just a few months ago. I know you must think I'm crazy, but and a part of me, just because it is like possibly like my third, I'd say maybe my third favourite fragrance. I haven't been able to find a 50ml anywhere, but I would love to get the 50ml so that I have all the sizes, and I have like the Goldilocks and the Three Bears, all Three Bears versions of this discontinued fragrance, because I do love it so much. Okay, like I said, I'm a fragrance fan. What can I say? Okay, next. Okay, we're still in Kenzo. So this fragrance is actually going to be Kenzo Pour On. So it's actually not low Kenzo. So I actually just keep this bottle, the bottle of this in this pouch, this low Kenzo pouch, which actually came with a different summer edition low Kenzo called Kenzo Hom Hyperwave, which was okay. It was okay. It was nice, but nothing special. I used up the entire bottle. I kind of used it for work. After the gym, it didn't last very long. It was just nice. But I kept the pouch because, and I'll show you. Because the actual bottle looks like this. This is Kenzo Eau de Parfum. Again, it comes in this kind of like katana sword with a bamboo leaf on there, and it's got a nice gradiated bottle. You can see I've probably used about I've got about 60% left. Maybe used about 40% there. Again, I kept seeing this when I would travel to Europe and and ah about buying it, and then regret not buying it. So I actually bought this during the pandemic, but it doesn't come with a box because it was a gift set, and the gift set came with one bottle and a wash bag with Kenzo on it, which is just up on my shelf there. And it's my current wash bag, even though I have a couple, because it's waterproof. It's really spacious. Actually, I'm going to show you guys. So this is just. Oh my God. Okay. This is the Kenzo wash bag that it came with. Again, it's my current wash bag. I'm actually going to do a what's in my wash bag rummaging video one day, but today's not the day. But yeah, beautiful wash bag. Okay, where were we? Okay, so Kenzo Warm Night. Again, this is another deep, dark, aquatic fragrance. Deep, dark, and aquatic. It's the plastic top. Sprayer like that. Yeah, it's a very nice sprayer. Oh, and I'll tell you what I'm wearing today, although, I don't know, I might wear this today. Shall I wear this today? I'm wearing a weak fragrance, which is probably long gone by now. Yeah, I'm going to wear this today, actually. It's going to be my scent of the evening. So I'm filming this in the evening. Okay. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay. There we go. Another one for you there. Okay. Nice. Yeah, and it's just deep, dark, aquatic. The original Kenzo Homme was launched in 1991. And that kind of puts a lot of people off because it has an old school vibe and it has a kind of like what people call like a rubber, I think it's supposed to be like a rubber dinghy. You're out on a rubber dinghy and it's sort of off-putting to people, but I wasn't sure about it at first and then it grew on me. Yeah, so I used to own the original and I used it all up, and it's in a new bottle now. It's in a bamboo bottle, but it's still available. But I ran out and I don't have it anymore. But one day I'll rebuy it. So that's Kenzo Homme Eau de Parfum. The original is an Eau de Toilette concentration. I have to be careful I don't knock my fragrances off the shelf here. Okay, next, still on Kenzo. Again, we're going in order that I bought these. So this is Kenzo Power. Now it's a tall white box with a little flower on there. And I bought this during lockdown, so I would have bought this around like 2020. I first smelled it when I was visiting a friend of mine in Germany in a big like sort of department store. Smelled it, it's very floral and kind of sweet. And the idea behind this is that it's supposed to smell like a flower that doesn't exist in nature. You know, it's like a sort of, yeah, it's not meant to imitate any type of flower, but that's the bottle. It's a real fingerprint magnet. Give it a but I love the silver bottle, and you can see the little Kenzo Power at the bottom there. There's your info on the bottom. So you can actually still buy this. I don't think it's discontinued, but it's in a clear bottle now, which I assume is probably for environmental reasons because it's easier to recycle. That would be my guess, which is admirable. So I'm glad you can still buy this. So obviously this has a lot of florals in it. It's unisex, not that it doesn't matter, you know, what you identify as, you know, with fragrance, who cares? I mean, pour homme, pour femme, pour it's just a suggestion, isn't it? It's interesting because this to me, and other people have said it smells like a kind of fizzy drink, like a 7-Up or a Sprite. It's got that kind of sweet soda, effervescent fizz to it. So not necessarily like you've shoved your face in a bunch of flowers, more like you've put it in a fizzy lemonade soft drink, but in a really nice way, you know. And this is my favourite fragrance for spring because it's quite, in its own way, it's kind of like quite strong, so maybe a bit too strong for summer, but on like a cool spring day, or the spring day that's not too hot, because because of those florals, spring is the perfect time, and it makes me feel so confident and uplifted. Kenzo Power, it really does. And I like this bottle as well. Sounds quite nice too. The cap comes off like that. I've no idea how much I've used because obviously, but listening to it, I'd guess I'm probably on about 50% full. But yeah, I'll definitely rebuy this one. It's one I'd love to have permanently in my collection. So yeah, the spray's like that. Yeah, okay. It's not actually. It's quite a short sprayer, and that's a 60ml. It's a bit of an unusual size there. Okay, next is another summery fragrance, but it's not Kenzo, honestly. But I do have more Kenzo. This is Paul Smith Sunshine. Paul Smith Sunshine. Sunshine. And this is another one of those which I saw in the airport and regret not buying. Saw it in the airport I was flying out to the USA in 2018 in summer, and yeah, it was just one of those cheap fragrances which I smelled and thought, oh, that's very nice. But then I got really nostalgic for that trip because it was like the first trip I went to meet my partner, and yeah, I regret not buying this. So again, sort of during lockdown, I thought I'd treat myself to this. And this is by Paul Smith. And actually, because Fragrantica doesn't really care about these kind of cheap summer editions, and I'm such a nerd for fragrances that I wrote down the notes on the back, and the notes are citrus, nutmeg, pepper, coriander, grapefruit, starfruit, and cedar. And this just smells like a straight up, like juicy, like a citrusy juicy, it's like a popsicle, like an ice pop. We call them ice lollies, like a fruity ice lolly, like a Solero or something like that, like a really fruity ice lolly in fragrance forms, like literally, like, yeah, and beautifully, yeah, like sunshine in a bottle. And you can see I'm probably on about 35% left. And I actually saw an older edition. They used to do like a sunshine edition every year from like 2012 up until 2019, then they stopped. And I saw one in a weird drugstore in Malta. I think I saw like the 2015 version and didn't buy it, and again I regret that, because this is impossible to find. You might find the odd random one on eBay, the women's ones, but yeah. And actually, funny story, because I actually bought the women's one by accident, which is like an orange bottle, and I just kept it because it was really nice. It was like a peach, yeah, with a few notes in, but the dominant note was peach. Very nice. I used it all up. But this one I really like. Yeah, it's like I said, it's just like almost like a popsicle, an ice lolly, as we call them in the UK. Yeah, in a bottle, and the spray is kind of like a screw sprayer like that. It's almost like a kind of rubbery plastic cap. It's interesting. Doesn't sound that great. But yeah, that's Paul Smith Sunshine edition. Okay, next in my collection is Moschino, can never pronounce it right, forever. Sailing in a kind of dark blue, pretty plain box, really, with an embossed writing there. This was one that I randomly became aware of in Superdrug, and this is discontinued as well. I've had this for 3 years. I think I bought this about 3 years ago, and it was just, it's an uplifting aquatic. I used to own the original Moschino Forever, which came in an identical bottle to this, but the juice was a yellowish juice, and that was like it had a kumquat note, and it was almost like a dry, dusty, musky scent, whereas this is just like aquatic and breezy, and the dominant note is this mint note, which carries, it's not like a spearmint, but it carries it's like an ocean breeze. So yeah, this was launched in 2013, and the top notes are lemon, mint, and grapefruit. Middle notes are, can you hear me? My sound has gone funny, or am I too far away? And yeah, that mint and grapefruit and lemon, it's just sort of, it creates like this kind of like refreshing sea breeze effect. It's really hard to describe. And this is discontinued and quite hard to find. I would love to buy another bottle of this, although I have other bottles of things that I ran out of which are higher priority, because I still have about 30% of that left, maybe just under 30%. Very nice sprayer as well, like that, very nice. And the Moschino, the plastic lid comes off like that. That's cool how it's the it smells so good. You smell so good because I've got lots on you so far. I won't do much liquid sounds because I don't think that's great for the fragrance to shake it up like that, because you're introducing oxygen into the fragrance, and the more you run out actually, and the more oxygen you've got in there, you know, it can deteriorate the fragrance again. But this doesn't smell like it's got weaker since I've had it. Again, I keep it well, keep it in the box. Don't keep it. I don't recommend keeping your fragrances in the bathroom if you can help it, because that's where there's a lot of moisture. And it's not. I've never had a fragrance go rancid or anything, but you might notice the top notes they're just not quite as strong. You know, it might not be the end of the world, but to get that full strength as close to the day that you bought it, then I'd recommend cool, dry, dark place if you can. But if you're just going to blaze through a fragrance, you have one that you just grab off the shelf, which I do for work, which I'll come to. Then just store it where you like, you know. Okay, that's Moschino Forever Sailing. Again, I'm unboxing these up as I go just to save space on my desk, and let's be honest, save me having to do it after this video. It's actually sundown, and it might be dark by the time I finish this video because it's going to take me a while to, and I might have to cut as well. Alright, next. Okay, let's go for, it's another Kenzo one. This is low Kenzo in 100ml. This is probably my second favourite fragrance. Again, it's aquatic. I like the new box design, has like a wave on it there. This is the original low Kenzo, so the Intense that I have, that was launched in 2015. This was launched in 1999, and the women's version I think in 98. Women's version's very nice as well. And this is like the opening is like lemon, yuzu, and water notes. So it has this bright lemony freshness with like a kind of watery lotus florals underneath. And it's just so uplifting and nice. This is my second bottle. I had a 50ml that I bought back in 2014, and this is my second bottle that I bought in 2021. I actually bought it from a place in Liège, a city in Belgium, from a store called, at the time it's called Planet Parfum, now it's called April, or April, but it's April, it's the English spelling for some reason, even though Liège is French speaking. Anyway, I've got more stories about April later on. So again, this one has the cool, the wave bottle like that. There it is. Oh, sorry, my arm clicked then. Like the ocean waves bottle. So it's very tall. It sits like that. Sorry, it's a bit loud. And probably on about 55% left of this. It's quite light. It doesn't last a huge amount of time, but it's so nice for just a nice summer's day. Sounds quite nice as well. Yeah, it's just, I can't really smell much from here, but it's just really light and uplifting. So, yeah, it takes a few sprays to get the distributor out, but yeah. Oh wow, yeah, there is. Yeah, lemony. It was a bit of it went in my eye then. It's like a lemony fresh. People said it smells like lemon cleaner, but that's, you know, there's more to it than that. So I'm making this into a fingerprint magnet as well. Okay, so that's Kenzo on low Parkenzo. So they usually do like a summer version of this every year, and I've bought quite a few for what you call the summer flankers, and some of them have been really nice and some of them have been just okay. They released one called Aqua Kenzo in 2018, which is really nice, but it was kind of like a kind of avant-garde release because it's not actually that aquatic. It's more like a warm fruity scent, but I absolutely love it. I don't care whether it's aquatic or not, and I ran out of that one, and so that's one that I am going to buy again because I don't have that anymore. Aqua Kenzo. Okay. Next. Are you still awake? You can always just pick this up later because it's a long video, you know. Shout out to everyone who's got me saved on watch later. I don't mind. Whenever you watch me, it's fine. It's fine. There's no shame in it. I love my watch later playlist. Okay, next one. This is Narciso Rodriguez For Him. This is a discontinued fragrance. It was launched in 2007. And you can see the box has like a grey, almost concrete slab-like design, and it has, I don't know if you can see on camera, but it's kind of like a corrugated box, which is good for tingles. So this fragrance is discontinued. I paid about £80 for it on eBay because I regretted not buying it when it was around. It was probably maybe only about £15 more than when it was available in the stores, £15-20, and I was happy to pay that. And again, if you're thinking of buying a discontinued fragrance, maybe have a look at what newer editions retail for in the shops and decide for yourself whether you want to pay the markup and how much you want to pay the markup, because some of them are ridiculous for discontinued fragrances. So that's the bottle. Again, it's this grey bottle. I can't tell how much I've used. Not a lot, because this is a very heavy fragrance, so this is definitely one for winter and spring. Now, the idea behind this fragrance is that it is supposed to smell like what we call petrichor, so that smell you get when there's been a light rain shower on a dry pavement or concrete, and you get this interesting kind of like damp smell. It kind of evokes that mood, and I have to agree, it's kind of, you know, and with a concrete slab design, it kind of evokes that. But the idea, the perfumer is Francis Kirkjohn, who's done lots of famous perfumes. But the idea behind this is that it's a tribute to 80s style fragrances, which were very heavy on lavender. So things like Dracar Noir is a good example, which I owned. I liked it. I used it all up as like after the gym fragrance. You know, after working out at home, I liked it fine. I didn't love it, but I appreciate it. You know, that was from like 1982. This is like a modern twist on those fragrances. Even though this is, you know, this is quite an old fragrance now itself, interestingly. But yeah, it's like deep, dark, floral. Lavender's the dominant note with like other florals and wood. It is quite heavy, but yeah, I did wear this. I had one of those days where there'd been a light rain shower on the pavement, and I thought, yeah, it's the perfect time to wear this. Much too heavy for summer, I would say. Again, there's no rules, but you might find it quite cloying in summer. And you can buy they Narciso Rodriguez, their main one is called Bleu Noir. That's the one that they carry on selling, but for some reason they discontinued this one. Maybe it just wasn't as popular. It was a bit too artsy, because it smells like a niche fragrance even though it's designer. I have a friend of mine who's she's French and she loves Narciso Rodriguez for her perfumes. Is it the musk? There's something like with musk, M-U-S-C. Yeah. that's Narciso Rodriguez for him. Deep dark, heavy. Yeah, I probably used about 15%, so this is going to last me. I don't think I'll buy it again because this will take me ages to get through, but I'm glad that I did get it to experience it, you know. Some of these fragrances which I bought, which were discontinued, once I've got them, I'm like, okay, I'm good now, I'm good. I don't want another one, unless I see it for an absolute bargain on eBay or something, so. Okay, next. We're going aquatic, we're going light, we're going fun. This is not a joke, this is Davidoff Cool Water Aquaman. This is a collaboration with the DC character, which I'm not that familiar with. I don't really read a lot of comics. I like some anime and things, and graphic novels. But shout out to you if you like Aquaman. They also did this crazy collaboration with Street Fighter. There's a Davidoff Cool Water Street Fighter as well, which apparently is identical to this one. This one is discontinued. It was launched in 2021, I think. I got this for an absolute bargain of £15 at Superdrug, so I just couldn't resist. I bought this in 2022, so I've had this 2 years. And I will show you the bottle. So the bottle's it's the classic Davidoff bottle, but I love the colour, the way it's gradiated. So it goes from it's kind of like a dark blue to a lighter blue, almost as if you're plunging into the ocean or in reverse, and that's the Aquaman symbol there. And ironically, I wore this to Comic Con when I went in 2022. I was dressed as an anime character, but I thought, I just need something light and easy because it was in the middle of summer as well. And I thought, what better to wear than a comic book inspired fragrance. And you will see like a lot of these tie-ins, Marvel fragrances, and generally they smell like bubble bath, but this has actually had a perfumer behind it. There's only 3 notes. I think it's like mandarin orange, sea notes, and gaiac wood. So just very easy, light and citrusy, but it has a bit of a woody backbone as well. And I remember it lasting me most of the day when I was walking around Comic Con, in summer, But I would buy this again, but it's really hard to find. But if the Street Fighter one seems to be more available, because I've used about 35% of this. I've maybe got about 65% left, so it will last me. But I'll use a good chunk of this in summer. At the time of recording in May, I'm mulling over going to a Comic Con this year, but I have no idea what I'm gonna dress as or who I'm going to dress as. But yeah, it's really uplifting, summery, aquatic. Generally that's what the Davidoff ones are, and I owned the original. I used it all. I ran out. That was kind of old school, but it grew on me, and I used it all. I used to use it before I'd go to bed because it was kind of like uplifting. That was launched in 1988, the OG, as the cool kids say, which I'm not cool, and I never pretend to be cool. Okay, next. Okay, this is, we're going back to a wintertime fragrance. This is, I've got it the wrong way round. This is Ebony Wood by Zara. So it's quite bright on my my ring light there. So actually, I'm gonna move that a bit. I just moved my ring light a bit. So Ebony Wood by Zara is this is by Joe Malone, when Joe Malone did a collaboration with Zara, and it comes in this nice little gift box here. I don't own any Joe Malone fragrances, but I know they're very popular. Anyway, it has a kind of slide was in 2021. I was visiting my friend in Germany, and she got like a little vial of this, like a sample vial, and she didn't like it, so she gave it to me, and I absolutely loved it. It's just a really deep, dark, woody, almost boozy fragrance. It was discontinued and then it's been brought back in a different bottle, like a cylindrical bottle, which it apparently smells slightly different, but I would definitely buy this again in any form. It's quite strong though. Quite strong. Definitely one for winter and cold days. And yeah, it's got a nice sort of light brown juice colour. Oh, it's like a really, yeah, just really woody, deep, dark. Yeah, I've got to look at the notes on this, but it's generally, yeah, it's obviously like woods. Literally ebony wood, cloves and pink pepper, just 3 notes listed. There's probably more, but there's a trend towards listing fewer notes now, I guess just for brevity, really. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, woody, beautiful. Again, I saw this when I was on holiday in Malta last year, and I didn't buy a backup bottle. I kind of wish I had now, but I've got lots left. You can see I used up that vial that I had, and I probably used about 90, like a 5-10% of it. But the thing is, like, yeah, I can only use it in winter, so I won't be wearing this in summer. Although we've had quite a cool spring, early summer recently. Okay, next fragrance is Zadig and Voltaire. This is him. This has been travelling with me as well, bit of a bashed box, and you can see it's kind of like a embossed with the Zadig and Voltaire label there. All new fragrances that I buy since I started my channel, I feature like individual unboxing reviews of. I have a whole fragrance playlist if you want to check that out, because I know a lot of you guys like your fragrances. This was a Christmas gift for I think 2022 Christmas from my mum. I asked her for it, she asked me what I wanted, and this is another one I kept smelling in various airports and shops. Wasn't sure about it, and then it grew and grew on me, and then I kind of became hooked on it, and I'm still hooked on it. I'm absolutely addicted to this. It's so nice. A bit more scratching before we go. So the main note in this one is incense. Incense. And it has a cool black bottle with a design almost like a piece of rock that's been carved off like that. And the bottle's, the label's printed on the bottle. That's a very cool kind of rock and roll design. Yeah, it's like incense. It starts off with like a grapefruit note, but the incense quickly takes over. So, yeah, it's like a deep, dark scent. And I'm like, well, when I first smelled it, I was like, whoa, I'm not sure if I like this, but it kind of grows on you. Sometimes you have to let a fragrance grow on you. And it's very difficult to see. You can see how much I've used. I'm on about 50, maybe just below 50%. 40, I've maybe used about 55% of this. And for me, considering how much the size of my collection, that's a lot. I use this a lot in winter and cool days. And I really like Zadig and Voltaire. I want to get some of the other ones, like this one called Vibes of Freedom. They have lots of different ones for men, women, unisex. Again, doesn't matter what you identify as. But yeah, there's some interesting ones I want to try out. And the thing I like about them is that they don't test on animals, and they don't use a certain type of chemical, which I'm assuming is not good for you or the environment or something. There's a certain type of chemical that they don't use in their fragrances, so that's very admirable. Can all cosmetics companies just not test on animals? You don't need to. If one company doesn't need to, then the rest of them don't need to. it's summer. It's a sunny day. It was been raining all day. Now it's got out sunny, but very nice, very nice. And I will definitely rebuy this one when it runs out. I'm not even sure if you can get 100ml versions of this. I'm not sure if they're all 50s, but I'll definitely buy a replacement bottle. This is like gone into my like permanent pantheon, and you can still buy this. It's like their main one. It's been going strong for, I think it was launched in 2016, so it must be a good seller for them. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Maybe similar to CK Shock, that kind of vibe, like a deeper, darker one. Okay. Alright, next. Okay guys, so next up, this is one that I actually don't keep in the box anymore because this box, as you can see, is huge. It is huge. This is Pepe Jeans Celebrate, or Pepe Jeans London Celebrate for him. I like the box actually, kind of like a blue into gold gradation with a kind of studs, punky studs on there. So I actually owned 3 Pepe Jeans fragrances at one point. I owned this, I owned one called Celebrate, which I actually have the box here, but I've ran out of the bottle. I just forgot to throw the box away. This was like a kind of, you can see a picture of the bottle there, fruity, summery cocktail, but it didn't last long at all. I was quite disappointed with this one. I got it for a very cheap price from Superdrug, but I wouldn't buy that again. I blazed through it as my after workout, after gym fragrance. This one is a bit more interesting. The other one I had was Pepe Jeans London Calling, which had an interesting like a chutney note, so it was like a spicy gourmand fragrance. Again, I've got reviews of those on my channel. I used that for work throughout winter as like my work scent. And all of the Pepe Jeans bottles are really cool because they come in like it's like a cocktail shaker bottle, like that. Pepe Jeans, that says not to be taken, for legal disclaimer, so that kids don't drink it. Oh, it sounds very tingly. So this is, I used up all the London Calling and I used up the cocktail, and this one is, I've probably got about maybe 35% left of that one as well. It's very difficult to see, it's getting dark. It's got a metal top there, and that's the lid. Doesn't sound that great. And that's the spray. This has probably got one of the best, if not the best sprayer out of my whole collection, and I'll show you that. There you go. Hope that didn't get on the lens there. It's really nice. I wear this most days for work because although it's initially quite strong, when it settles down it's actually not too heavy or cloying, although this is a real Jekyll and Hyde fragrance because it starts off with this kind of like I think it's like blackberries, like a lime blackberries, like a fruity cocktail note, and then it dries down. I think it's got like a cacao or chocolate note in it, so it starts off summery, but then it dries down sweet and a little bit heavier and a bit wintry. So it's a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde fragrance, really. I guess you could use it in spring and fall when the weather is a bit like that as well, changeable. But because, I like it, I really like it, and I'm so glad I have this. I wear it for work. I don't dress like this for work. We're more casual where I work, and I don't have to go in every day, but this is just a nice one for work. It's not going to offend anyone as long as you don't go too heavy on the trigger. And I'm glad that I own this. The only one I haven't tried yet is the Pepe Jeans. For him, the original, the OG, which has a kind of pineapple note as well. People say it smells a bit like Versace Eros, I'm not sure. So yeah, I like this a lot. I wouldn't buy it again necessarily, just because there are other like casual, in terms of like work fragrances that are not going to offend anyone, but they're going to be fresh. There are other ones that I want on my wish list. I have like a wish list on Fragrantica. So it sounds really nice though. Tingly cocktail bottle. That's Pepe Jeans for him. But yeah, I don't keep it in the box because basically I don't have room on my shelves for this gigantic box, so I just keep the box in the cupboard for reference. So okay, next up we are so we've got some interesting American fragrances. Sorry, I got the wrong one here. This is Tommy Bahama St. Bart's, and as you can see, this is a tropical fragrance. I've used most of it. It's only a little 15ml bottle, and yeah, so it's probably about 20% full. These are Tommy Bahama's, like an American brand that does like shirts. I think they do. Yeah, they do like beachwear shirts, like Hawaiian shirts, and it's all about beachy. The branding's all about beachy, tropical vibes, and they're quite well known for their fragrances. But these actually bought in a gift set with this one, which is very cool. Saint Kitts. I'll show you these up close shortly, and Martinique. So it came in a cute little gift box. So these don't actually have I don't have the box for these. And they're eau de cologne concentration, which means that's like the weakest one you can get. You have eau de cologne, eau de toilette, and eau de parfum. They're the basic three, and that eau de cologne is the weakest, so they don't last long at all. In fact, I wore this the last couple of days over this weekend. It's a Monday when I'm filming this, and I just reapplied it in the evening because it didn't last. It only lasted on me maybe like 4 hours or so. But because they're so light, you can reapply them. It's just a bit difficult to do with two hands. So I actually used to own one called Tommy Bahama Marine Deep Blue, which comes in it's like a different bottle, and that was nice, but I used that one up as well. I bought this as like a gift set in the USA, from maybe like a TJ Maxx or a Ross Dress for Less or Marshalls or somewhere like that. I can't remember exactly, probably Marshalls. I'd heard about these for a while and I'd been meaning to buy them. And yeah, I bought them in the USA. So yeah, Tommy Bart, this is really tropical. This one, St. Bart's, is just really tropical. Oceanic, aquatic. Is like taking a deep dive into the ocean after you've had like a cocktail. And it's just so effervescent and ozonic and aquatic. I know I would definitely buy a full bottle of that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, very nice. The other one is Saint Kitts. So this has an interesting, it's like a matte finish. Matte finish on the bottle. There. See the back, there's a little palm tree on the back there. Like a purple matte finish. And this one is, again, they're all eau de cologne, so it's not very strong. This is like a little cocktail. Yeah, it's like a little fruity cocktail, a little spray like that, because it's not going to last. Yeah, it's like a cocktail drink. So all the notes you'd find in a cocktail. Yeah, very nice, very pleasant. I don't know if I'd buy a full bottle of this one just because it doesn't last as long as the St. Bart's. But it's very nice. I'm very grateful to have this one again because it's it has this weird matte, shiny matte thing on it. I can't tell how much I've used, but it's probably only about 30% full. Next one is Martinique. Again, it's a cocktail, tropical, bit of a turquoise colour, the bottle there. Like that. Tommy Bahama. Martinique. Again, hard to tell. I've probably used about 60% of that one. Again, it's like a fruity, light, tropical, maybe slightly musky one. Let's just give this a blast. These are very cheap as well, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, slightly more musky, maybe fruity musk. Interesting. Yeah. Never been to Martinique, but apparently it's inspired by the island. Yeah. Okay, and I have to be careful because I'm really clumsy and I'll probably knock a bottle over. This is very cool, which is very nearly empty. Tommy Bahama, very cool. I don't even know if you can see that, so it's very reflective. Very cool, there you go. Very cool, very cool, very cool, very cool. Okay, this is a clear juice. This is a funny one because initially I thought this was boring. I thought it was boring, and then I wore it more and more, as you can see, and it grew and grew on me, and it was just suddenly like it just became like this really light, fresh, easy to wear fragrance, and like I found myself going, yeah, I want to wear this. So again, this one, if it's still around, I probably will buy a full bottle because it's really nice. Again, it doesn't last that long, but it's really refreshing. I love it. I really do. I was surprised by this because my opinion changed on it. So I'm a big fan of the Tommy Bahama line. I haven't smelled any of the female ones. I'm just interested in the notes for very cool, very cool, very cool. So I'm going to look on Fragrantica. This was launched in, I think it's been around for quite a while. Again, it's very cheap. 2006. Wow, this is it's 18 years old. Wow. Top notes are mandarin orange, ginger, and bergamot. Middle notes are nutmeg and paprika. Nutmeg and paprika. Nutmeg and paprika. Base note is vetiver. Yeah, very nice, very nice. No musk, but it smells kind of musky to me. That's Tommy Bahama, very cool and very nearly gone. Sad times. Okay. Next up, now this is interesting. This is Kissner by The Body Shop. Now this, out of all the fragrances that I own, and I own, let's face it, I own quite a lot, this is my favourite fragrance of all time. Now the reason it's kind of in the middle is because I probably bought this maybe around last Christmas, but I have bought a bottle of this almost every year since it came out many years ago. It's been out for about like 22 years or something like that. And I'm an older gentleman, and I've been buying this pretty much ever since it came out. It's been my signature fragrance before I got into sort of expanding my palette. This is by The Body Shop. Again, they're great because they're not tested on animals. And this is a green. It's like opens with grapefruit, mandarin, and it has like a mossy green base as well. Oh, it's just so nice. It's so casual. I wore this today actually. It's my mom's birthday today, so we went to spend some time with her, and whenever I have like something where I just want to like be respectful to the people that I'm with, like even if I have like a French lesson online, I'm learning French online, I like to blast this. I don't know why, it gives me confidence for my French lesson. And yeah, I wore it all throughout university. It just gets me through everything. I can wear it, if I have like a job interview, because it's not going to choke anyone out. And that's the thing, is like I love like strong fragrances and learning about new fragrances, but like for example, I like to try and have things that match my lifestyle. And for example, like my lifestyle, like I love going to the movies, for example. And I've made this mistake before, but you don't want to be that person who's choking everyone out in the movie theatre, or you feel uncomfortable because you might be choking people out, or it's distracting for you. Even if you're not near anybody, it might be too strong first. But this is just perfect for any occasion. It's really light. Like some people might complain that it doesn't last very long, but it's pretty good value. It's about £22 at the moment. Maybe it's about $27 or something. And they don't do it in a green bottle anymore in the UK. It's like a clear bottle, maybe I assume for the recycling. And the cap has a Body Shop on there. But yeah, I love this. I'll always have this, of course, in my collection because it is my favourite. Just because it's the most useful, really, the most versatile. And the last few years I've found that I've used it. It's May now, and I've used it sort of throughout the year, and around Christmas time is when I run out. But because I've been sort of leaning towards other fragrances this year, I haven't used as much. Oh, excuse me, that's my stomach. I haven't used as much as you might think for the time of year. I'm sorry guys, the lighting is going to change because it's getting dark. Yeah, I'm filming this at sunset, evening into sunset, and plus it's been like rainy and sunny, so the light's been kind of crazy anyway. I'm using as much window light as I can, but because it's getting dark now, it's kind of like pointless. But maybe that will help you sleep. So yeah, that's the Body Shop, my favourite ever. Would you like some? Would you like some? Of course you would. There you go. You smell very nice. Okay. Alright, next. Excuse me. This one is one I did a video on as well. This is Davidoff Cool Water Night Dive. This is a discontinued fragrance from 2014 or 15, I think. And again, this one that I smelled back in the day when it first came out in various airports, would smell it and think, oh yeah, that's nice. Never bought it, and then kind of regretted not buying it, and then I would keep looking at it online and on Fragrantica. And I saw this on eBay. Someone must have just been decluttering because I saw this 200ml bottle. It's the only 200ml bottle of fragrance that I own. For a really good price, for like £40. So, and this because it's discontinued, it goes for like some quite high prices. And that's the bottle. I love this bottle. Again, it's like a gradiated, so it's light blue at the top, and then it goes deep and dark down the bottom there. It's hard to see, but yeah, beautiful bottle there. It's in the classic Davidoff line. Again, it's a bit of a fingerprint magnet, I'm afraid. Is that tingly? And this is again, it's like a version, you get the Davidoff kind of DNA, because it's called Night Dive. It's trying to evoke that sort of nighttime aquatic deep dark. Yeah, that's what it is, like deep and dark. Going for a plunge in the ocean on a hot tropical night. I actually wore this a couple of nights ago after I'd done a workout, and because I've been wearing quite light fragrances in the previous nights, this felt like, oh, this is a bit too deep and dark and to wear in the evening. But yeah, this would be great on a really hot day or a really hot night. But the kind of deepness of it took some getting used to, and I've used probably about 10%, as you can see at the top there. If there's any way I could find another bottle of this when that 200ml beast runs out, then yeah, I probably would buy this again. Although by that point it probably would be getting very old. Oh, this bottle sounds tingly too. I like this one. It's one of my favourites, I think. I did an unboxing video where I was just discussing whether this was real, was it genuine, had I bought a fake or something, because it was a really good price and it was on eBay, and it was exactly that smell that I remember. And also, if you want to know if perfumes are fake, they have a batch code, and you can actually type this batch code into a website called Check Fresh, and it will tell you when the perfume was made. And that's how a good way to tell if your perfume's genuine and how old it is as well, and if it's expired. This actual bottle itself, I'm not sure. The bottle itself might be, from 2017, but I bought this just last year. So, in my collection, it hasn't been here that long. It's one of my more recent ones. Okay, next, I did a video about these recently, but this is the Carven. It's called Collection Carven. These are expensive, kind of like private collection fragrances by the designer Carven, and this one's called Paris Alexandrie, and they actually came in a set. I'll get them all out actually. So you had Paris Tangier, you had Paris La Havane, and you had Paris Prague, and there was another one called Paris Shenandoah, which I didn't buy because I didn't really care for it. It was like a really woody scent, but it was a bit too strong for me, so I gave that one a miss. Oh wow, looks like it's gonna rain again. Wow, okay, sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, I'm not going to go into it too much. Let's just get tapping, because again, this is a corrugated box. Really nice sounds. But long story short, when I was in Belgium, I was in Brussels, I smelled this in a store. I liked it, but I wasn't sure. Went into another store in France, they gave me a sample of Paris Alexandrie. I fell in love with it. I had a little one of those Dabba vials, and I regret not buying this because you can't get it online in the UK because of the shipping, and shipping overseas perfumes a bit difficult unless it's a big company with a license. Anyway, I kept just dreaming about the next time I could get to Belgium and buy this and finally just this year I went for my birthday, and long story short, I bought it on my birthday. And I was so happy to finally get it. It's expensive. These go for about it's €175, so it's probably about the same, about $175 or maybe $180, $185. But I got like their discount card to buy these as well, so I got quite a big discount. And I didn't buy them all. I was so tempted just to complete the set, just because of my completist brain, just have all 5. But if you don't like something, don't buy it. But yeah, I am tempted to get that other one just to complete the set, but I don't know if I'd use it. So every box has a different colour, and it's inspired by a different city around the world, and the top comes off like that, and the bottle sits in a little box like that. I think it's just so cute. And this smells kind of like it's like a sort of deep dark, it has, oh my goodness me, my stomach, I'm so sorry. I ate not long ago. I had to cut the video and go and eat dinner and come back because, just because of the timings. Anyway, this has, speaking of food, this has carrot seeds in it, and it's like lavender carrot seeds. It's like a deep dark, old school, but really elegant, classy fragrance. Let's get tapping. And if you want to know what this smells like, there's Giorgio Armani does one called Pour Louis. It's like a grey or black cylindrical bottle, and it smells very much like that. But I paid a lot more. This is probably, it's eau de parfum, so it's more, definitely stronger, but Louis is very close. This is so classy. I would wear this like, dressed up in a suit like this for a wedding, something. I definitely wear it. If I was getting married, I would wear this. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But yeah, this is one that I'd wear for that, definitely. And they're all really cool. They have like a magnetic cap as well. So that's the sprayer there. There you go. And I just love the bottle, the typeface again. Sorry, it's a fingerprint magnet, but the design is very elegant. This is the Carven logo there, and it's just very elegant. I'm gonna give it a polish because I would definitely buy this again. I dreamed about owning it for such a long time. Okay, so that's Paris Alexandrie. Okay, so next is Paris Tangier, which sort of like inspired by like Tangiers in Morocco, with a green sort of design in the middle there. And this, in contrast to that one, this is a summery one. It's the corrugated box there. Okay, and this has a beautiful pale green colour there. Paris Tangier. Same bottle design. And this is a fruity summer fragrance. It's got a really strong grapefruit at the top, and then some woods in the base. Because I haven't had these for very long. I've only had these 3 months, and I've literally just wore them to kind of test them out. So I barely used like 5% of these. So these will last me. I'd definitely buy this one again. Actually, I think I really like this one. These two, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure. I'm still deciding. But yeah, Alexandrie and Tangier. Yes, I would. If I had the money. Yeah. It was my birthday, so I splashed out on these. And I did a whole story time about it as well. In the video, it's like, yeah, my $800 fragrance haul. It's a story time as well, so don't come at me for that one. Somebody did, because they wanted me to get on with the tapping, but I did actually, I time-stamped when the tapping starts on that video, so don't come after me, okay? Please, be nice. Don't be a troll. Okay, so this is Paris La Havane. You can see a dark coloured juice there, and as you imagine, La Havane has a kind of brown sort of band on it there. And La Havane is a tobacco-inspired fragrance, as you might imagine. Deep dark, is like a cherry tobacco or a pipe tobacco. I don't smoke, but I kind of like this smoky smell. Yeah, it's like a cherry tobacco, so it stops it smelling like straight up like a dirty ashtray or something. Again, love the bottle, love the magnetic cap. It's so cool. Oh, by the way, relax. Shh, just relax. Relax. And this one, because it's like tobacco fragrance, quite heavy, really only good for cold days. I'm not sure if I'd buy this again. I need more time to kind of think about it really again. I barely used it. Yeah, I've literally worn it for one time. But like I said, I had these on my list for like 2.5 years before I could get back to Belgium and buy these. And so by that time I was like, oh, why don't I just get the whole set? So last one, Paris Prague, with a kind of light blue band. So it's like, yeah, flowers. And this one is an interesting one, obviously inspired by Prague. Let's just do a bit more box tapping. I know that these are all the same, so. Okay. And this one is an interesting one. It's kind of like a juicy berries type scent to me. It's quite addictive. I've probably worn this a bit more than the other ones. Yeah, it's got like an opening of lime and juniper berries. And for me, this is a bit too. It's like a warm fragrance, like a warm fruity fragrance. So a bit too heavy for summer. I'd say it's perfect for spring and autumn and winter. But maybe a bit too light for winter. It's one of those in-betweeny ones, spring and fall. And the juice colour is like a light brown colour. Very very addictive though, something very addictive about it. So although this might be my least favourite of the lot, there's something very addictive about it. It's very high quality ingredients. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the colder weather when I can wear this a bit more. So yes, that's Paris, Prague by Carven. Okay, everyone. I had to flip my camera because I was running out of space and it got dark. Like I said, I'm shooting at sunset, and yeah, so I flipped my camera to get the better quality in this dark evening that we're living in. And I'm going to give you a spray of the Paris Prague as well. It's quite a nice atomizer. So there we go. Oh, there we go. Took a bit of whoa, that's nice. Wow, okay, that went on my face. Okay, so that is Paris, Prague. I need to make sure that I am close to the mic, Alright, next, we've got 3 more, which I bought in Belgium, which again, I saw them the last time I went there about 3 years ago, in a shop called Easy Paris XL or Easy Paris XL. They're a chain of perfume shops in Belgium and the Netherlands, and this is just like their own brand perfume. It's called the Perfumist, which is interesting because there's a niche brand called the Perfumist as well. I guess there's no copyright on the name the Perfumist or Perfumist, but this is the Easy Paris brand, Easy Paris XL own brand, and these are like cheap little fun scents, and this one is called Out in the Storm. This video is very chaotic and all over the place. Sorry about that. But yeah, I regretted not buying these when I saw them 3 years ago, and when I was there in February I bought all 3 because they were like €20 each, so I mean that's about $20 each, and they come in these really cute little bottles here. They kind of remind me of like salt or pepper shakers or something you might get in an old apothecary. To stoop down a lot with this new angle. It's to do with the aspect ratio, I think. Okay, so that is the Out in the Storm, and these are, I can't quite remember. I remember liking a couple of them, and then I bought them all because they were very cheap, but I couldn't really remember what they smelled like after 3 years or whatever, 2.5 years. So this one is a pale blue liquid, and actually it doesn't really smell ozonic like a storm, but to me it's I think this is like a kind of a dupe of, I have an itchy nose, maybe it's the fragrances, it's a dupe of Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male. It has that kind of well, it actually says on the box, it says ginger and leather. I get a slight leathery vibe, but it's more of to me it feels more like Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male, that kind of DNA. Let me see if I can spray this. There we go. Yeah, there's a bit of a fruitiness at the top, but then to me it dries down. Yeah, just like Le Male, if you know that scent, which has been around for a long time. I used to own that, and I've had an imitation of that as well. So that is Out in the Storm. And we've also got this one. The box is a really cute Limitless Sky. So this puts you in mind of an ozonic, breezy, nighttime scent. But actually this one smells exactly like Boss Bottled number 6, or Hugo Boss Bottled, which is the pale green liquid. I used to own that one. I had 2 bottles of that. The first bottle I got about 11 years ago was a present, and I loved it. It smells so good. It has like a warm, spicy apple pie type feel. Very well known fragrance. And then the second bottle I got after I ran out of the first, it was a big one and a gift set with a shower gel, and it just didn't smell the same. I don't know if it'd been reformulated, but I got very bored of it, and I haven't bought any since. But this isn't. These are all eau de parfum concentrations, and Limitless Sky smells just like a kind of blue-coloured Boss Bottled. And I wore this for a friend's birthday party on a cold March evening, one evening, and it was perfect for that. It was a cold, rainy March evening, and it got me through the night. So I am grateful for that. Okay, I'm going to have to adjust my tripod because I'm stooping down and my back's starting to hurt. Just bear with me. Well, back to my my other camera that I go because I couldn't see myself and that didn't work. I told you this video is chaos. I'm really sorry. Yeah, so we did Limitless Sky, which was the Boss Bottled imitator. Last one, this was Wild Sidewalk. I remember when I first smelled this, I wasn't sure about it, but actually it's really nice. And on the box, sorry, it claims that it is black pepper and cedarwood. And assuming these are all like imitations of like well-known brands, the idea is that they get you to buy these little imitation brands and give you a taste for like the big brands. This is like a warm, spicy, it's like an orangey, brownish orange juice there. Just see it says Wild Sidewalk, it's transparent. That's the lid. There you can just see the perfumist label. I don't know what this is imitating. I've got a feeling it's like a Dolce & Gabbana for him, or a Burberry fragrance, because I associate those with being warm, spicy. But yeah, I'm glad I have all 3 of these, even though no one else cares. As far as I know, I'm the only British person who owns these, and I'm probably not. I bet somebody bought these when they were on vacation, but maybe not. But I just like unique, quirky things. One of my favourite things to go is like if I go on vacation to Europe and I find like a drugstore that's got this weird little corner of fragrances, and you see all these fragrances from brands that you've never heard of because they're French or Belgian or whatever, or Spanish, and there's just like these weird and wonderful designers that you've never heard of but are probably well known in that country, and they have like strange bottle designs, and you don't know whether to buy them or not, and I always regret not buying these ones that I'm curious about, because then it gets hard to buy them sometimes here in the UK. So yeah, so always follow your gut, but buy the thing if you can afford it, but don't make yourself broke buying fragrances. Okay. Alright, next. Moschino, my second Moschino fragrance, Toy Boy. This is the one with the teddy bear, and this is my second bottle of this. It's kind of like an embossed design here. Now this was another Christmas present from my mum about 3 years ago. She bought me this one. And then I ran out, and then she bought me it for another gift, which was really nice, because she thought that this was being discontinued for some reason, but it wasn't. It's widely available. I actually bought my partner the toy too. The teddy bear one has a pear note. It's like a brown, yellow liquid in there. Bear. Now this is a rose dominant scent. This is brand. I just opened this out the cellophane yesterday, because yeah, and it's too warm now to use it. Although we've had some cool nights even in May. I just sprayed it just to give it a spray yesterday when I was filming the French version of this video, and you could smell it in my room all night. It's really strong. I can hear the liquid sloshing around. This is a 50 ml, and the teddy bear's head pops off like that. A little bit gruesome, but yeah. And that's the spray. I'm not going to spray it because it will kind of overwhelm the room, which I don't mind, but I want to be spraying it when I do that. So yeah, that's Toy Boy. I love this. I will buy it again. It's a beautiful scent for winter. Yes, rose and like cardamom, so it's got a spicy floral feel to it. And yeah, I was really sad when I ran out, and so that lasted me just over 3 years, which for me is a long time considering how many fragrances I have. But in winter, I love to reach for this, so I get a lot of use out of it. Sounds quite nice as well. The teddy bear head is plastic. And there's a bubblegum one as well, which is pink, and they just released one which is like a hologram colour. Oh, and I can never remember the name of that one. Yeah, sorry, I had to look that up because it was driving me mad. The latest one is Toy 2 Pearl, and it's like a kind of holographic coloured bottle. It smells quite nice. I smelled it in the drugstore, and it's nice, like a nice fruity fragrance. That's Machino Toy Boy. Okay, well let's put him here. There you go. All right, next is this one, Courage Wild Ocean, and as you may see, that's an aquatic fragrance. I like the illustration on the box there, the waves. It's like a painting. So, Courage are a French designer brand, and this is my second bottle of this. I bought the first one, again, smelled it when I was in Strasbourg in France. I didn't buy it and then bought it during lockdown, but I bought it as a gift set, so it came with a bottle and a soap with the same scent. So I've never actually owned this box. I got the big box with just a loose bottle and a soap, and the bottle was kind of leaky as well, unfortunately, but this one seems okay. So it kind of opens like that, and this is the bottle here. So this is my second bottle, and the reason I bought this, I wasn't desperate to get a replacement, but I thought it might be discontinued, so I had a look online, and I don't know if it is, but I saw this online for an absolute bargain. It was like £17-18. That's like $23-22. It's a beautiful, fresh, aquatic. And it only has 3 notes, and it's hot sand, sea notes, and ambroxan. It's supposed to smell like hot sand on a hot sunny beach. And you know what? It absolutely does. I don't know how they've recreated it with their chemical wizardry, but they have. It smells like, yeah, hot sand. You just you went out for a swim in the sea, and you're coming back onto the hot sand, and it's sticking to your toes, and you're getting that salty smell. They've really recreated it, and I love this bottle. Actually, it's a really cool bottle. It has the name there, Wild Ocean, on the side. So yeah, very uplifting. I'm so glad I have a backup bottle of this, and yes, I might buy another one if I run out of this. This became another one when I had it that I would wear at night to uplift me, and it lasts quite a long time. As interesting, it's a very wide sprayer. I'll have to do it. I'll have to do it like this because yeah, very wide distribution there. Oh, so nice, so nice. I always forget I've got this one. You know, I always favour my other ones, but this one is really nice, and yeah, I barely used any. Yeah, very full because I bought this just a few weeks ago. Sounds really nice as well. Let me know which was your tingliest bottle in the comments. And tell me what perfumes you like, what you're wearing, your favourites, whatever your gender. Please let me know. I love watching cologne collection, ASMR, like Christopher Cologne, Dina ASMR does some great cologne videos. Yeah, I do love those. Yeah, I love the bottle tapping, and yeah, it's fantastic. So that's Courage, Wild Ocean, and finally we made it to the end. It's another Courage fragrance. This is the latest fragrance which I bought. This is Courage Homme, just Courage Homme. It's a very reflective silver box there. And I saw a review of this online by a guy called Scentland, who's an amazing YouTube reviewer of fragrances. And because I already had the Wild Ocean, I was curious about their other fragrances. This is like, I guess, the OG. I mean, they've been going since the, I want to say maybe 40s or 50s, maybe even early, maybe 30s, but I think they started doing fragrances many, maybe in the 60s, but this was launched in 2018. Has a kind of, it's not quite it's almost like a matte, yes, like a matte black box. I don't know if it's matte black or brownish, I'll say black. But I saw this online for an amazing price of like £15. It was on Amazon, and this, I think this is discontinued, so I had to snap it up really, and I'm glad that I did. Actually has a little Courage label there, which the Wild Ocean does not, but yeah, they look really cool side by side. Again, bit of a fingerprint magnet, this one, because it's all glass. And this one, when I see like brown juice, I always think, oh, this is going to be like an old school fragrance. And I do prefer like modern, like aquatic, citrusy fragrances, but as I get older, I'm getting more interested in old school fragrances as well. And but this one, this one is the latest in my collection. I bought this like maybe a month ago, but it doesn't smell old school at all. This is like a really warm, sweet vanilla fragrance. So it has spices and vanilla, and the dominant note, that vanilla really takes over. It's like a warm, comforting hug of a fragrance. So it's not like like one of those kind of astringent old school, heavy fragrances. Nothing wrong with those if you like those. So it's this on there, Courage on. All the info's on the bottom there. But yeah, it's just a really warm hug. I've been wearing this at night for bed as well. But beautiful. This would be like a perfect fall fragrance when things are starting to turn cold. This would be an absolutely beautiful fall fragrance. Absolutely. I'm so glad I own this. Don't know if I'd buy another bottle just because it's discontinued, and others that I want. This might be the tingliest bottle, this in the wild ocean. I like the big sort of, it's quite like, yeah, the big wide shape, yeah, I like that. I feel like it's a bit more risky of getting broken, but that's why I keep the boxes, so. Okay guys, and that's the one, I'll give it a spray. Last spray for the last one. Oh yeah, very nice indeed, yeah. Okay. So that's Courage and that is it. That is my entire fragrance collection. So I believe like last year when I did my 1 year YouTube anniversary, I had 21 fragrances. Let's carry on tapping. I had 21 fragrances. This time I have 28. So 7 more than I had last year, and I'm very happy with my collection. Do I want any more? Yes, of course I do. I'm a collector, but at the moment I'm good, and I try to have like a 1 in, 1 out policy because, you know, I'm not rolling in money, and I like to have things that I can actually use up and use in my life. And if there's one that I can't use, like if I think something's just okay and it's not going to offend anyone, that's going to be a work fragrance that I can use up. If it's something that some fragrances actually give me a headache, I'll sell it. You know, everyone reacts differently to different fragrances. And then I have ones which are just perfect for certain occasions, and ones which obviously like I use all year round. So, but yeah, there's lots more that I want, and yeah, hopefully I'll acquire a few more over the next year. But I might be slowing down a bit. We'll see how things go. Anyway, so that's it. So the other thing I did for you is before I filmed this video, I was creating my thumbnail where I had my entire collection laid out on the desk, and I wanted to do a video of that hero shot, the thumbnail shot, to end the video. So I actually filmed the end of the video earlier, full disclosure, so you can see all the fragrances laid out, and that is going to be my outro. But yeah, thank you so much for 2 years of your support. I'm probably going to repeat myself in the next shot, but alright, take it away, Kurt ASMR from the past. Okay guys, so I thought I would finish with this closing shot of my entire fragrance collection for my thumbnail also, and I'm going to finish the video there. Thank you again for 2 amazing years of all your support, and please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy my ASMR content, and I will see you soon for another ASMR video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.